All right, we are here. My camera is not, because you'll see why as we eventually kind of get into this, because the awards that Sam has done for us are in A4 format. So basically, to give you kind of like the full nice view of the graphics.
Come on, I just talking.
You wanna know? You wanna know?
I'm
Thank
just
you.
asking.
You wanna know? You wanna know? You wanna know? You wanna know?
Too much,
You wanna
too
know?
much, too much,
You wanna know?
too much one
You wanna
delay.
know?
Too much one delay. Listen, to get you kind of the full view of how nice the awards look, it will be like this. So it's basically an audio show. We're going to be watching back the knockout of the year, the submission of the year, the fight of the year, the upset of the year, all of them. So again, a nice kind of a hour-long show for you to kind of get into and effectively relive some of the great moments from UFC 4. But also 2023 in general. So 2023 was a great year for the league. It expanded. You saw the implementation of one. No doubt that will be back when you talk about Games Pass and the game coming to Games Pass down the line. But so many great fights. When you go back and you think about the Dirty Dave and Nightfall hype, when you go back and you think about the controversy between Nightfall and Jakey B in their do-over fight, you saw the dominance of Dirty Dave. You saw the new guys coming in. You saw guys like Fish 14, Dex Primacy, Viper RKO TTV, all these guys just kind of coming out of nowhere and having their spell. You think about guys like Webo getting that control after the Ultimate Fighter and getting himself finally that elite level gold. You think about Mark the Shark, how many opportunities, the press conferences that built up the fight. It's just a really, really great year, and it's effectively accelerated what has become the second most notorious game that VFL is known for. So of course, for you guys, thank you so much, because that's exactly what it was intended for. But listen, so many awards tonight to go through. We've got on-air personality of the year, we've got analyst of the year, we've got gym of the year, international fighter of the year, upset of the year, submission of the year, comeback of the year, knockout of the year, the best fight of the year, and of course the fighter of the year as well. I mean, just so many big awards, so many big things to kind of sit there and just really just remember. And just a really, really great time to kind of reflect and reminisce on it. This will also be on YouTube as well, in case people want to watch back and see it. Thank you so much to Tay B Green for the follow as well. Well, listen, fellas, we start off with the awards show tonight with, ignore that, it's my party in the background, but I've got them all. Or let me just leave this. There we go. I forgot to leave the party. There you go. We start off tonight with, of course, kind of the beginner awards. We go in and talk about on-air personality. When we think about on-air personality, you think about people that you guys have really loved in the year of 2023. You think about, the Deco Hebdens. You think about the Law Bosses. You think about all of these guys that effectively stand out, where you said to me in DMs afterwards, get that guy back on for commentary. He made the fights much more than just the standard fight, much more than a standard commentary nights. And for that, I mean, it takes something special, because we always say with the league, it's kind of split into three ways. It comes down to me, the streamer, it comes down to you as the fighters, but then it also comes down to the people watching and commentating. And that is exactly why this award, I think, is so special, because it heightens the experience. It makes people want to tune in and have certain people commentate over your fights and effectively kind of give their insight. And whether it be the serious insight like you got with Zayaf in 2022, whether it be that kind of wacky insight you get with Lawbors calling everyone his good mate. I mean, realistically, you need a little bit of that, a sprinkle of that. So can officially congratulate 2023's on-air personality of the year award. Again, this guy was requested so many times when he made his first commentary appearance. Every week afterwards, in the summer especially, I was asked, get him back on. He's so funny. He adds to it. And that, of course, is Portuguese Prince. Portuguese Prince taking home the on-air personality of the year award. Get this all kind of removed so you can see the poster in its full glory. Portuguese Prince walking away with the on-air personality award. Like I said, you guys effectively asked for Portuguese Prince to be on so much that it got pretty annoying at points. I won't even lie to you. I think when we talk back and you think about some of those moments where he's effectively gyrating on screen, screaming on screen, I think you guys very much enjoyed that and enjoyed having some of those kind of classic moments there, from the phrases such as "I'm going to yell" all the way to him with his pen and paper writing down performance bonuses in his room. So I mean, listen, no doubt about it, one of the loud voices of the league, and no doubt about it, one of the best to kind of add that wacky side of commentary to the league in 2023. And like Webbo says there, we want to see more of him. We want to hear more of Prince taking a piss in 2024. The same day Mourinho got sacked. I only picked Mourinho because he's Portuguese, but there you go. Again, congratulations, the 2023 On-Air Personality Award going to Portuguese Prince. And like I said, what a great year it was to have him on the commentary. Congratulations to you. Next up, listen, we talk about, secondly, people that add that kind of insight to the game, whether it be because of their technical brilliance, whether it be because of their real-life experience. Of course, this award last year went to the infamous and to the great Zayaf. Z, so incredible at what he does, but we've also had so much more incredible analysts on the panel in 2023. I think when we talk about analysis, you talk about knowing the game, you talk about knowing the metrics, you talk about knowing the meta, you talk about kind of just having an inside-out understanding of not only UFC 4 and 5, but also the sport in general. With that, I mean, we've had so many great ones on, from the Blaze complexes all the way to, I think when you go back to the earlier parts of the year, you've had guys like Charge, which people were very impressed by, the Harrys as well, X8HRX, all guys that were certainly in this bracket, this criteria of nominees for Analyst of the Year. I think, again, all of those guys are growing in confidence to be able to kind of come on to commentary more. I know it's a scary thing to talk for so long like I do when it comes to the commentary, but all of those guys that I've mentioned have effectively grown into the role. With that, I can announce to you that my Analyst of the Year, the man that I think that stood above the rest and really added a good back and forth, but also added great excellence in his commentary and his ability to kind of read the fights and kind of almost predict the fights, almost like a Dominic Cruz on the belt. Thank you as well, Skelly, for the prime. That is, of course, no better than, of course, Deco Hebden. Deco Hebden, our 2023 Analyst of the Year. What a contribution he's made, not only to the league, but also to the channel. Incredible insight, not only when it comes to the sport, but also just his ability to understand the complexity of these movements, the complexity of the fights, and almost being able to kind of pinpoint and call out exactly when the fight is about to turn south for someone. You go back and look at his commentary over the winter months, the Novembers, the Decembers, where he was just so sharp and on the money, almost at times calling out fights as they were about to end. A really, really well-deserved award. And like I said, a mixed martial artist in real life, so you'd expect him to know his stuff. Hopefully get to see Deco Hebden a little bit more on the comms desk as 2024 advances. But I tell you, what a great commentary partner he is to have. Makes the following of the fight so easy, adds that kind of Scottish influence onto the fight as well. And no doubt about it, one of the great minds that the community certainly has. And the Scotsman is, again, very, very much loved by a lot of the fans, loved by a lot of the fighters as well. Again, people consistently after Deco's commentary debut saying, hey, when is Deco going to be on commentary? I want to hear what he makes of me in these situations and that situations. And he's taken to you as well, opened up his gym, and has of course helped people improve and develop, and that is exactly what you would like to see. So congratulations once more, Deco Hebden, our 2023 Analyst of the Year, deserved and by no means underachieved. Said absolutely world class from him. Up next, though, listen, talking of gyms, I mean, you talk about people that have come together and have kind of, inspired one another. And that, of course, leads us to the Gym of the Year. Of course, American Top Team, Rio, or Ryoki, if some of you know him, winning that with American Top Team back in 2022. And we've had some great gyms in 2023, from the American Top Teams to your Boa MMAs, to your Italian Top Teams, to XPG Esports. Again, how many champions of XPG funneled through and effectively kind of crafted out of their own out of their own kind of time and effort. And that's the thing. The Gym of the Year has to be applauded because these are guys that are sitting down with people that may be a little bit worse than them, maybe a little bit kind of, rough around the edges, and are sitting down and are very much taking the time to kind of train with them, to practice with them. And you hear it constantly when people win championship belts, they're always shouting out their gyms, out their camps. And whether the gyms be super serious and these guys are teaching people the dark arts, do anything to win, the takedown bails, XYZ, or whether it's the gyms that just effectively promote a good vibe. You see that with the XPG guys, all friends from the FIFA pitch and all guys that have helped push each other. That there is so pivotal, and I think it adds an element to this league that many other leagues miss. I think you've seen guys be taken in by some of the bigger guys, some of the more experienced fighters, and been crafted into something spectacular, and that always needs to be achieved. So there's actually a short list for this one. I only did my top 3 because there was so many gyms. And I've also based this off of longevity, but predominantly this is the way that it came down to. So taking the bronze medal for Gym of the Year, I've gone for XPG Esports. Again, a group of guys that are not exactly the most well-known names, but these are guys that have taken in fellas like XPG Chopper, like XPG Synergy, who had such an incredible submission game in UFC 4 for his light heavyweight level, and have developed their own list of champions. They deserve to be up there as one of the recognized camps, one of the recognized gyms, and although they may not be able to push you to that kind of featherweight, bantamweight, flyweight level, they certainly are a great camp. They are, for me, the beginner camp. That is the camp that when people come to me and say, hey, what kind of gym, what kind of camp should I be getting into? I point them directly to XPG Elite because I think he has a way with people, and I think he's got a great way for kind of sitting down with his team, with his friends, and effectively getting people involved. And I think you need that kind of level of charisma and that level of kind of likability to have a successful camp. So congratulations to them, 3rd place. For 2nd place, I have gone with, I don't think it's going to be too much of a shock. BKFC, Papi Gaucho's gym, again, may have had peaks and troughs in their year, but again, always a team and a camp that is so unified that gives off that almost kind of that feel of a mix of the correct vibe, but also a mix of crafting winners. So many dominant performances from BKFC led fighters, so many fighters that have kind of gone in there with less experience than what they would have liked, and then come out there on the other end, and of course then progressed up those divisions, up into those featherweights, those bantamweights, those flyweight divisions. So again, for BKFC, for Papi Gaucho, definitely a silver medal and a pat on the back for what he's done, because again, another guy that when people talk about fighters and talk about personalities that they like in this league, Papi Gaucho is not far off the very top. So congratulations to them, 2nd place. But ultimately, 1st place and the Gym of the Year winners based on not only their 3 Gym of the Month wins in a row, but also because of their incredible patience to take these young heavyweights and light heavyweights, work the wrestling, work the incredible kind of knowledge that they have, whether it be sometimes cheesy with the takedown bails or whether it be sometimes enough to win. That one there, of course, goes to Boa MMA. Boa MMA getting the Gym of the Year. George, of course, with his former proteges, Lagout and I think Harry as well involved in there. Very much so deserving of the award. May not be everyone's cup of tea, may not be everyone's kind of pick of the bunch, but again, you have to sit down and applaud not only the consistency in their Gym of the Month wins, but also how patient they have been with players in that light heavyweight division, in that heavyweight division. Just look at the work they've done with guys like Shire X and Gazito. Absolutely has done wonders for their confidence and also their ability level. So listen, for George and everyone involved in the camp, past and present, a very deserved win for Boa MMA as they clinch that Gym of the Year award. Phenomenal, and maybe, just maybe, they will be back in 2024. They are certainly teasing that, no doubts about it. So once again, congratulations, Boa MMA Gym of the Year for 2023. And remember, fellas, if you do win an award tonight, you want any of these graphics, you can reach out to me. I have all the files. Thank you again to Sam Orber, whatever you want to know him as. Incredible young man with his graphics ability. But listen, we go on now, and there are 3 down, and now it starts to get a little bit more serious. Up next, fellas, an award which I really like to kind of sit down and kind of reflect on, and that one there, of course, is the International Fighter of the Year award. This is for the non-UK guys. England, Wales, Scotland are all bracketed into kind of home fighters. We're talking about international fighters that have really come in and laid down their dominance in this division. Again, had a short list of guys, a short list of 5 is what I've gone with. Maybe you won't agree with me. Maybe you feel like I've left someone off my top 5, but this is purely off of what I've spectated. This is purely off of the development I've seen from these fighters, and absolutely is one of those awards where I think, again, maybe, not the tip-top award, but definitely, again, with how much VFL is expanding in the United States, Canada, France, especially so many French fighters this past year, Belgium as well. I think it's one of those awards that's only going to grow in terms of its validity, but also its appreciation. Starting off in 5th place, NOX Rafa, remember him? The Portuguese Magnifico had that incredible lightweight title reign, the incredible pressure boxing of Alexander the Great Volkanovski. You stepped in there against Rafa and he had the Volt picked. You knew it was going to be a very difficult night. Dominated the lightweight division until he met the American Maiquinho. But of course, listen, such a good pressure striker, such a good just a mixed ability fighter. He said that his ground game wasn't as good as what he thought it should be. He proved that very much. It was not the case when he fought against Maiquinho on that dodgy ping, effectively, back I think in July. So for Rafa, 5th place in the International Fighter of the Year award list, and thoroughly, I think, deserved. In 4th place, we're heading over to France, and it's of course ADR Stee. We haven't seen Stee effectively pick up UFC 5. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But again, is Justin Gaethje, man. You equate Justin Gaethje to Stee and Stee to Justin Gaethje. Made use of the highlight reel with all of his length and never ever had a dull fight, Stee. Always entertaining. I think he even had the appreciation of some of the real high level fighters because of how wacky his fight style was. You would have wars. He had that Hall of Fame fight against Bass Inferno, if I can cast your mind back to that one in the summer. Incredible energy as well. You talk about international fighters having that X factor. It was always the French crowd that he brought with him that made the fights extra special. Just go back and look at that fight on July 4th when you had the entire chat filled with French as he took on the Portuguese Prince. So there you go. Congratulations, ADR Stee. 4th place on our International Fighter of the Year shortlist. 3rd place, talking of Portuguese Prince, this is where he ranks in, a bronze medal. Had that lightweight title reign that was just so impressive, but also because it had the forefront of Frankie Edgar at heart. Never strayed away from using such an out there and underappreciated pick as Frankie Edgar. Had those wins against Red Dot, against Nolan, who had such an incredible physio at the time, and then also, of course, with, as I just mentioned, ADR Stee. Never ever have we seen a Frankie Edgar be used to expertise. Great charisma, great energy. Again, after that French fight against ADR Stee, unmuted the mic and called all the French fans putons, didn't they? So listen, what a great lightweight champion we've had there. No doubt he wants to recreate that in this summer with maybe potentially Johnny Hendricks in the welterweight division. But again, great energy, great wrestling, great striking, and really had the ability to sell fights as well. People came in and they wanted to see Portuguese Prince fight, man. Don't forget, like I said, we talk about absolute facts and stats here, and the facts and stats are, fellas, that when you go to the highest pay-per-view gates, Portuguese Prince's fight with Red Dot UFN 11 is still, to this day, the 4th highest viewed event we've done, and that is for a UFN. That there takes some special talents, effectively, for Portuguese Prince to pull in. So congratulations to him. 3rd place in our International Fighter of the Year shortlist. In 2nd, it is Dex Premacy. The American has made a splash in this league, said coming from those SmackDown versus Raw, WWE 2K games, the Mortal Kombat kind of background. He has had an incredible title run in the lightweight division, has learned so many things so quickly. Only received that one loss at featherweight, which still haunts him, which is Driscoll. Has a loud mouth, almost like Kevin Holland. But again, Dex Premacy backed it up every single time in that octagon. Said today, maybe not what he wants to hear, but again, categorically not the best, but definitely 2nd best is Dex Premacy. And again, you cannot doubt how well he's kind of slotted into the league and added that kind of character, that much needed character to that bantamweight flyweight division. I think that he did, and can't wait to see him compete more in 2024. But of course, there's only one that you can really give the International Fighter of the Year to, and that, of course, is Dirty Dave. He wins the award for a second year in a row, and again, let's talk about facts, stats, and numbers. Dirty Dave ended 2023 with a 17-win, 8-loss pay-per-view record on those numbered cards. 17-8 in that bantamweight flyweight division, a 2-time bantamweight champion, a 1-time flyweight champion, at one point a double champion holding both the bantamweight and flyweight belts. He also has that 3rd highest gate in history. Again, it just always had to be Dave. Remember the hype, the buzz around the community, not just the VFL community, but also the UFC community when the promotion started for Nightfall against Dirty Dave. Dave saying when he won that fight, it was the most nervous that he's been because of how much was riding on him. So listen, for Dirty Dave, one of the very best. He is a robot. He's our robot. And no doubt about it, one of the nicest guys that could ever be kind of seen in the community. I think, again, his dominance, his expertise, his knowledge, all so up there. And for Dirty Dave, yeah, categorically, there can be no complaints. Absolutely the International Fighter of the Year. Congratulations to him. The Kentucky RoboCop, eh? Wow, wonderful stuff from him. And again, can't wait to see what he does in 2024. With that, though, listen, we're going to go over to our first video award, you could call that, and that's going to be the Upset of the Year. Of course, you're going to see who, of course, is in this fight. Don't worry about that, but we're going to reveal the poster afterwards. So we're going to watch back the Upset of the Year. I've got the exact timestamp, so we're going to go over to it. But this Upset of the Year, fellas, watch it back, see if you agree with me, see if anything comes to mind, happening at VFL 84. So again, back in those UFC 4 days. But again, the big question mark is, who is it that I'm alluding to? Let me get this flipped over so we can get this in full screen, and then you can go and have a look yourself. So where, I don't want to unhide the wrong thing, window capture. Hey, there we go. We're there. Here we are. The Upset of the Year, fellas, enjoy.
And for Feng, a great story, was the heavyweight champion of one completely against the run of play. No one expected him to get there. He now has the opportunity to become the light heavyweight champion of one. His development has been one of the biggest spikes in the last 2 months that we've seen. It's looking like it's going to be John Jones for Wilkie, and for TP Feng, Jan Blachowicz.
We're not surprised at all to see these picks, man. We are not surprised at all by any means, shape, or form that we're seeing John Jones and Jan Blachowicz.
But again, you've got the superstition is there, Vape, the facts are there. John Jones with a losing record in light heavyweight title fights in VFL. He's more dominant in heavyweight. Will Wilkie believe in that superstition or not? He was hovered over Magomed for a little bit as well. So
that would have been interesting to see Ankalaev. I wouldn't really see that as more of a Wilkie option in terms of fighter. I think John Jones kind of gives you that. He's better than Ankalaev in the sense that their wrestling is just as good. John Jones is a little bit better. And then he has all the cheesy shit on the feet. So, like, Ankalaev kind of would have been a handicap pick in that sense. And then he would have potentially given the John Jones pick the Feng if he would have wanted it. So,
absolutely.
It's one of those things where you kind of just got to take John Jones here.
Here we go then. John Jones in the white for Wilkie. Blachowicz in the black for TP Feng. TP Feng, the man that beat Wilkie in May, but Wilkie since then has been on a tear. He has been hell-bent to get this light heavyweight title in his arsenal, and TP Feng is just eating shots here. The block already gone. People sat there and looked at Wilkie and said he's no longer at that light heavyweight level. Wilkie, of course, with a 3-fight win streak, had the opportunity to either go up to middleweight or to stay in light heavyweight for one more month and compete for the gold. He opted to stay in light heavyweight and compete for the gold. And tonight he's got to make it count. Because that's the thing with Wilkie, isn't it, babe? We see stuff like him pulling guard and you go, wow, that's decent. But it's the nerves from Wilkie. It's the consistency of his denials that really stop him from being at that elite level, isn't it?
Yeah, like, well, for as long as Wilkie's been playing the game and, like, the lot of people he's had in his corner training him over the months playing, you would think that he would be a little bit further on in his career right now. With all due respect, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. Wilkie has spent a lot of time on this game. He's learned a lot of advanced techniques, and like you said, it's kind of just the mental aspect of it. He can kind of lose his head a little bit in the fight. He can kind of let the moment get to him. So here in a big title fight now in light heavyweight, you know, this is someone that you said should be fighting in middleweight, could potentially be fighting higher if, you know, he kind of realizes his potential. So this is going to be a very, very important match here against Fang, because Fang is you could argue maybe for Fang to be in middleweight as well.
You could. His boxing is up there and has very much been the case of how he's got to this, and you can see his denies now are very much coming on. You think back to his heavyweight run when he won the gold, had no wrestling defense, ground defense whatsoever, so he is continuing to learn and put that time in. He's looking good here, and this is the thing, he's patient. He's a patient boxer, and he's a patient defensive wrestler as well. He'll sit here on the bottom and he'll be absolutely happy to just keep this going like it is for rounds 2, 3, 4 and 5, because he knows it will annoy Wilkie. And this is the great thing, a 5-round fight that you can lose rounds 1 and 2 as long as you win round 3, 4 and 5, and maybe you take Wilkie into a position where his stamina is low going into those championship rounds. That knockout power of Jan could be pivotal. Good get up
I think that's really going to be the deciding factor here, I believe, is that power, like you said, of Jan. Like, Polish power is a real thing. I mean, we know Jon Jones is absolute pillows unless he's spinning elbowing you. So, good takedown there from Wilkie.
Yep, absolutely. Goes for the Kimura, side control Kimura.
A little laden around, but threatening.
Yep,
that is threatening.
We're going to at least see what the tracking looks like with 12 seconds left. Not going to be enough to get this one. But, so the tracking equal 50-50. Maybe you could argue he could have got that one. Maybe you could argue he wouldn't have got that one with more time. But that there is very much a warning shot sent to TP Feng about what to expect in round number 2. Who are you giving that round to, Babe? No stuns, but do you think Wilkie did enough to win that round?
I think it's easy to say with that wrestling there. It was a little bit more so of pillow wrestling. He wasn't able to get too much damage.
Fake gloves. This is what we know, though, from Wilkie's camp. We know that he hangs around with combat jiu-jitsu. They have, at times, instructed their fighters to fake glove touch. TP Feng's going to need to be very, very aware of that. They are, in some aspects, a little bit of a dirty camp, but
you gotta teach your fighters everything to do. You still can't get in the top 3 of the camp ranking, so good try there from combat jiu-jitsu.
Posture up there, and now the neon belly could be.
Like, this is where Feng will want to keep it, because we never really see Wilkie off of his back. I will say this is one spot we really don't see Wilkie in his game. So, I'm saying that, and he just flips him there. So fair play.
Side control. There you go. Yep. No doubt the more advanced of the two on the ground will be Wilkie, but again, one of those yin-yang matchups, you just keep this on the feet and you really have a lot of hope and a lot of aspiration for TP Feng. It's just how consistently he can get up from these difficult positions, crosses over, now into half guard, gets him into full guards.
Oh, he's going to take it back here.
Yeah, back sitting is gained. Big from TP Feng.
And he's going to take top mount now. Here we go.
This is big. If he gets the posture up here, there's going to be a lot of damage incoming.
Yeah, and the thing is, the stam's not really there.
Yeah, you can see he was
big
happy
deny.
Off the way. Big deny from Wilkie. Massive.
Oh, another one.
Crossover again. Another one.
Oh, tries to Kimura.
Kimura. That one's denied by Feng, though. Wonderful denies here from both of these men. And right back to the feet goes Feng. A right decision, I think. Oh, big spear takedown. Wonderful from Wilkie.
And then here's the Kimura.
Straight into the
stamina
Kimura.
really isn't there, but this is going to be a big test of Wilkie's offense. He does not get the chain.
The chain's missed, yep.
I think he's got to let it go.
Yeah, but I think if I was him, I would let go as well, because it's not going to be a great position. He lets that one go. Shimmy across into half guards. Trying to get
he's
that
going to get the flip.
And he does.
He's got to be careful, though. We might see an armbar straight that way.
Yep, it could be. He's going to come now.
Wilkie gets to the 9, and then they sit there. Okay, interesting. I thought Wilkie was going to go straight for the sub.
I thought at least the deny, then the armbar, but then back into top mount.
Side control. He faked the side control. Okay, interesting. He's got to try a different posture up there. He keeps on trying to do the up for the mount, and Wilkie is denied that every single time. If I'm Fang, if I'm someone in Fang's corner, if you're listening, tell him to go down once.
There
It would help
is
him out greatly. Oh,
pull
another
guard.
flip.
The corner, I've got to tell him as well, when he's pulling guard, it's just right trigger to deny. I think that's what he's not anticipating as well. Wilkie getting a lot of success off of pull guard because Feng is probably just holding both triggers. Pulling guard, one trigger. 14 seconds left, it's going to see the round out, but round 2 in the books. And again, very back and forth round. Probably a less active round than round 1. Don't know who you give that one to.
I'd still give it the... I think you're still going to have to give that round to Wilkie just based off of him landing more takedowns, just being in the dominant position for longer points of that fight. I think it's fair to say that Wilkie has it, but that's very close, man. Like, you look at the stats right there. 10 seconds of control time difference, like 2 or 3 significant strikes. I didn't catch with the...
Does it change your mind that in round 1, Wilkie only landed 1 significant strike?
It's not really surprised because he was, like I said, he was going for a little bit more of a blanket wrestling approach. He was sitting in half guard a lot and full guard. He wasn't really getting any big shots on. Like, look at the health of these two. Like, they're fresh.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
They could restart this fight in 5 rounds and be totally fine.
Now you can see again a little bit more aggressive. Vape's got it 2-0. I've got it 1-1. I think round 1, after seeing only 1 significant strike, that's worried me for Wilkie in round 1. I think 1-1. I think Feng took round 1. I think Wilkie took round 2. And this is not bad for either man because, like we've said, the stamina is fresh. The health stats are fresh.
It's anyone's game right now. Oh, arm triangle.
Choke defense about to be tested here. TP Feng moving slow off the rip, but doing...
It's a little slow, but Wilkie's is slower and he lets it go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
now
there's that flip again.
Yeah,
I imagine we're going to see the pre-deny.
It's got to be an armbar here, surely.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. And now full guard.
Oh, he flips him.
Yeah, the flip gained big. He wants to be... I think he wants top mount very desperately.
He does. Guard. Oh, posture. Oh, he had the chance for the knee bar. Lawboss is yelling somewhere.
Lawboss is breaking the last fragment of his desk. He is furious here.
Oh. We love the advanced transition work there from Wilkie. He could have had a submission attempt at a very, very good time. I mean, that's just the difference, like, between, like, more experienced fighters and not. I think maybe the nerves, he kind of just, I think, already predetermined in his head, okay, I'm going to get up, I see the stamp difference, and I can get the top mount. So, if I'm him, I probably notice that knee bar and be like, oh shit, John Jones has that? Okay, if I get a chance for it again, I'll try to go for it again.
Wilkie finally denying that full guard transition as well, but now Kimura, this is...
Here we go.
You need to hit that chain, Feng. You need to hit that chain.
He doesn't get the chain.
Doesn't get the chain
I would let
again.
it go and do it again. Marksman it. Fuck it.
Yeah, 5 in a row. We'll get 1.
He's going to hold here, and without the chain, the Kimura isn't really the strongest sub in the world. But now you got a flip side. Do you try it again? Potentially, no.
I think so. I think you're right. I think that'd be the best advice from me. Just let it go on the second gate, you could call it, and then attempt it again. I think you're going to make Feng eventually melt if you block in enough, but good attempt to take down, good drive, and good deny by Wilkie. The stamina now starting to show difference here for Wilkie in his favor, but that power still alive for TP Feng, who knocked out Wilkie back in May in round number 2. It's already gone longer than that, and we're headed into championship rounds here.
Yeah, and I think it's another round for Wilkie in my book. Like,
I'd agree.
Feng's has been in the bottom position too much. Like, he really hasn't been denying any of these takedowns. He really hasn't been too active with trying to create any sort of offense here. I don't want to say it. I think maybe the moment's getting to him a little bit because Feng is kind of just walking away. He's not trying to take any sort of the initiative. He's letting Wilkie kind of just coast through this fight right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've got it 2-1. You'll have it 3-0. Oh, there you go. That's that fake glove touch we're talking about. That no glove touch, fake glove touch from Combat Jiu-Jitsu. That's what they do. And now Wilkie right back into side control where he left off. Some say dirty, some say tactical.
He gets that flip again. He's tried to go out twice again and get denied by Wilkie. It's going to be interesting if he goes for again. No. Half guard. He's learned from his mistakes. 3rd time's the charm. If I'm him, I get up here. Don't stay on the ground.
Well, especially with that stamina. Look at that.
The armbar could be coming here. Posture up, and then we go. Disengages. That's the thing as well. It's a great way for Wilkie to start this round. That stun is big.
Big denying the turning takedown.
Absolutely. Can he get maybe an uppercut from clinch here? This would be big.
He's got to be careful with that stam. Yep, yeah, there it is again.
Wilkie, another takedown, another land.
And he's going to get up again.
Yes, he does. I think Wilkie's starting to get a little panicked here, Vape. It's two kind of fake glove touches, no glove touches. And now the transitions are getting less and less deniable for Wilkie. He's losing a little bit of grip here.
Yeah, I think you can tell the nerves are there. If you're opting for a fake glove touch, you're kind of admitting that you're shitting your pants. You're Jason punching out here.
Yeah,
so,
not wrong.
Oh, big deny by Feng.
Big deny by Feng. Peruvian necktie perhaps could be an option.
Oh,
big.
This is not where Wilkie wants to be. He's away from the cage. It's going to be the slow get up from here.
Yeah,
he's
working the body as
well.
A
lot of damage here. And that's smart. Get up. Yep. Good job.
You can see going right back to that body.
Ooh,
now, oh my goodness me.
If he had a little bit more range on that, not in his face, it would have been a whole different story with that kick.
Another takedown by Wilkie. Gets the deny there. Posture up. And now that power transition over into side control again. And that Kimura is now no Kimura. I'm amazed. That would have been the perfect one to execute the Kimura off of. But he goes to top mount instead.
He's going to posture up. Knee bar, maybe. There it is. He saw it the first time. He's got a chance at it.
This could be big.
Now, here's the thing, though. It's the story about the submission offense of Wilkie. The stamina is there. He gets the throw strike. The thing is, can he catch up? And he's slowly catching up, but he's got to do a little bit better with the submission offense.
He's got a mountain to climb here. It's excellent submission defense. Get out. Excellent submission defense from TP Feng, who now gets
survives.
Side control.
He gets it. Ooh. If I'm Feng, I just let those elbows fly right now. And it's unfortunate now he's out of that position.
Trying to go for arm triangle there. Trying to go for bottom side Kimura. Denied there by Feng. Arm triangle again attempted and pulls out of that one, does Wilkie. Posture up is there.
Ooh, he gets the flip.
And gets the flip. Listen, round 5 on its way. 5th and final round for the light heavyweight strap. And for me, I've got this one 3 rounds to 1. I think if you're TP Feng Luhian, you've got to get the finish here, and I think you would be a fool if you are not walking towards Wilkie and blocking. Maybe even Vape. He should
throw his own death kick. Jan has his own death kick.
Not even that. I would bait him. I would walk towards him, wait for him to show me the little twitch where he's going to do the death kick, sway around and see if you can get a sway knockout.
Or even just backstep real quick out of range, just fucking, this is Sparta front kick, send him to the shadow realm. But now here we go, no glove touch, no death kick.
They're kissing in the octagon there for a brief second, but there you go. Uppercut there, absolute weapons coming out here, and pull guard again. And he gets the flip. TP Feng back in that unforgiving position.
It seems like Wilkie is more than content with just taking this decision right now. Like I said, I have it 4-0 to him. I would ultimately say, in my opinion, this is not a convincing performance from Wilkie at all.
Yeah, I think the nerves have got to him. I think I've been more impressed with TP Feng's ground defense than Wilkie's offense. I have to say, I didn't expect Feng to survive this long with Wilkie whatsoever. If I was doing a predictor card, it'd be Wilkie by round 2 knockout. But Feng has impressed me tonight. He's looked like he's been working on things, and you can see
it's not over yet. We got 3.5 minutes. Anything can happen. Oh, the front kick. Oh, he's up the dog. Good finish. He does.
Yo, TP.
Wilkie shakes the bed. Oh no.
Oh,
wow.
My
he instantly turned off the stream. He is out of there. Oh my.
My God. TP Feng. That one there, Vape. In a fight that he was losing 4-0.
I don't care. Knockout of the night. I do not care.
I think
knockout of the night.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Not only did I do it. I also named it the upset of of the year. Wilkie came into that one, bro, so heavy favorites. All the predictor cards were saying Wilkie. We came in, we talked about Wilkie having that 3-fight win streak. We talked about how Wilkie was just knocking people out in quick succession, about how he was effectively rejecting a move to middleweight the month prior because he wanted to get that light heavyweight strap. And he looked at Feng and he said, listen, Feng is going to be an easy way to get the belt. It's going to be an easy way to get to get that kind of gratification. And as you heard Vape say, he had him 4-0 up. I had him 3-1 up. And with that, it's just out of absolutely nowhere. TP Feng comes in just like he always did in that light heavyweight division, and just surprised and stunned all of us. And for TP Feng, no doubt about it, he'll look back at that one and feel so happy to rewatch that, because that's what really kind of started his kind of rise towards that middleweight, welterweight division. So again, a big congratulations to TP Feng, the fight against Wilkie back in 2023, one that just could not escape my mind when I thought back to it, and thoroughly deserved. And for Feng, in the catalogue of incredible moments that he had in 2023. So congratulations once more. The upset of the year, TP Feng against Wilkie. There you have it. Up next, though, listen, we're going over to another video award, if you want to call it that. And of course, it's the submission of the year. Of course, it was Vape's back mount armbar, I think it was in 2022, that won this one. But in 2023, with, you know, the accusations of Cronus's and XYZ, I wonder who got the submission of the year. I can tell you this much, it was a high-level sub in a high-level division. Let's go back over and see what we have for you in this one. I've got to make sure I'm hiding the incorrect thing, but here you go. The submission of the year, fellas. Enjoy.
I don't think Volk has. So obviously with Taporia, he's a very good pick, but his only thing that lets him down is his cardio, and you know he can't last past the third rounds because he's got the out the gates perk as well. So it makes him so explosive for those first 2 rounds, and then after that, you're kind of walking on like muddy waters, man.
There you go. Polo got popping in as well, saying I have a fear of southpaw for some strange reason. You shouldn't have, because if you switched in, you probably would have won the fight. Here we go then. Volkanovski and Topuria, the co-main event of this evening, is up, ready, and live. It is American versus American. The belt will stay in North America, but what city does it travel to? Listen, these two, like I said, very similar in their aggressive starts also. Papi Gaucho not afraid of a bit of a close quarter combat boxing match, and no doubt again is Rep is someone that has just been taking heads off of shoulders. We've got a corner here tonight as well. We've got a corner cam for you, and again, it can be interesting to see what these different corners are like. We've seen a Mark Dev corner. We're seeing a Regicide corner tonight with Rep. It's going to be intriguing to see what the kind of reads and what the game plan is there. For Topuria, Harry, of course, we saw Fish win with Topuria on Thursday. What do you think is his best road to victory using the Spaniard?
Yeah, I love the Topuria pick, to be honest, and exactly for how Fish used him. His submissions, like Soren said, are good. I think you've just got to kind of like edge your way in on the feet, but you have to get this fight to the ground, in my opinion. Papi Gaucho looked so good last week when he won the belt. With a Volk pick, it's going to be very difficult to kind of keep up with him as the round goes on the feet. And like Soren said, Topuria's stamina, it's not as horrendous as people say, but in a 5-round fight, it is really noticeable how bad it is. And good takedown defense there.
Yeah, great takedown defense from Papi. I think Papi would have expected this though as well, Harry, don't you think? Going against a guy from Regicide, a guy with the background like Rep, he's going to know that wrestling and takedowns are going to be coming.
That's it. And Topuria is so flexible as well, like you say, so you don't really know when that takedown's coming, but he's obviously prepared for it, as he showed just a moment ago.
Swing and a miss there on the head kick, but big front kick coming forward there. I mean, Soren, so far, what are you looking at from both of these?
Big stun against the champion. Wow.
I was going to say something. I was just about to go into that and say, what is impressing you from both sides? But, well, listen, we'll come back to that question maybe at the end of round 1, because this one could get a little bit.
Another big rock.
And he's rocked and dropped him. It's a double drop. It's a double rock. And this could be a new champ. Is it new? Rep.
Oh, he might
has. Oh, he's one away. He's one away.
Wow. He's got him inside control now.
Crucifix.
Denied.
Take the control.
Maybe going to be coming. No.
Yeah.
Who is that in the corner? Is that
for
Crucifix?
control.
Sorry, is that Crucifix? It is.
Show
Okay,
'em
there
your
you go.
strengths, brother. Show him your strengths.
Little hammer
Pressure.
fist there. He's saying show him his
Don't be
strengths.
afraid
He
of the
knows that the
transition.
wrestling
Hit
is
him
very
with
much a
Travis
strength.
down.
Going over to top mount that one there.
This half guard position for Tapora is nice as well. If you get a deny, that knee bar is there just waiting, and Rep has got
You're right where
the
you wanna be patient.
Not only
Yeah,
that,
he's telling
he's
you
also
basic.
got 5-star ground hooks as
Yeah,
well. I mean, you can
massive.
absolutely batter him on the ground, so you got that. Both go for it.
and his stamina is in a good place as well, much better than Pappy's at the moment.
Absolutely.
Not too long to work now though.
So keeping him kind of penned in,
Beautiful
just
side
slowing it
control.
down. Wonderful side control there as the elbows rain in from the challenger. And what a fight this is so far. And eventually we knew that this fight was going to get down to the ground, and we knew that Regicide Zone and Rep was going to be the more confident and comfortable down here. But a big,
Yep,
big,
get your
big
shots,
double
get your
stun or
shots,
double
18
rock
seconds.
there. So, and a rock on the way down. That's clear as day as the Taporia round. But for you, what has Papi Gaucho got to do going into round two?
Just gonna have to respect Rep striking at this point, because the way he just absolutely like starched him in that first round is kind of terrifying for Pappy to come up against. But he can work his way into this. I mean, not all is lost. You maybe lost the first round. Okay, fair enough. You got round two. The out the gate parts, of course. But you know, you can just work your way into this. You can't rush into anything. You just can't, you know, try and take his head off. Maybe work the leg kicks. Maybe work everything else.
Oh, there's that hook again.
And he's rocked him, and it's an
Just
uppercut,
catching
and
him.
it's absolutely catapulted him here, and it is Rep. Rep, is he going to do it?
Instead of
Not
letting him
yet.
get a rock.
Good
Oh my
defense from
God.
Papi Gaucho.
Oh my God, or you put him unconscious. Or you put him...
Elbows coming off here now. More and more control from Rep, the challenger, looking very much like he was right when he said he felt disrespected being put into that featherweight division, but he said he would clean up house regardless, and he is
Nice
here
and-
putting
nice
on
and
a
easy.
show against the champion, the challenger, running riot
Do a
here.
few more feints. Hey, it's okay. Do a
I
few
mean,
more
no
feints.
less is a
Do
Pappy
3 feints. Do 4
Gaucho
feints.
with a Volk that I think is personally a bantamweight myself, and to be doing this against Pappy is just a great.
Wow.
feat.
Oh, he's
Wow.
clipped
And
him
he's got
again.
blocked
Going over the
Again.
bodies, and he's rocked and
Just
dropped him again. Stack
Sublime.
guard is
Oh, this is
gained,
Volk, you
Oh,
know?
he's going for
Oh.
the
and he's going
the
to break
footlock.
his foot. He's going to rip his big toe off.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This could be
This will be a
wow.
statement.
This is going to be very,
The
very.
chain.
He's got the chain. Oh my
over the
good
heel
god.
hook.
Good grief,
Oh
the
my
heel hook's
God,
there,
look at
and I
this.
think we're going to see.
When have we-
and
I can't
new.
remember seeing
We
a heel
have
hook
never seen
in
a heel hook
forever.
in VFL history, and tonight Rep has done it.
Wow.
New featherweight champion of the world.
What a
Rep from
performance.
Regicide has done it.
Bro, that's
Wow.
what the fuck I do. That's for fucking Breezy, bro. Get well, Breezy.
I'm speechless.
What a
He's mental.
performance, and what a submission by Rep, a heel hook, the first in history. That
Was that
is
was you on the fucking
phenomenal.
rock? Come on now.
He
Hell yeah,
says,
Breezy.
get me
Yeah,
out of this
Breezy.
division.
Fuck yeah.
He
Put it
wants
in the
out of
chat.
here. He got
That
it
was
done
for Breezy.
in fluid performance with a first ever heel hook. And of course, you have to be honest and be fair. Is that's going to take the submission of the night clear as day away from Karma's.
I
But
would-
talk about
I
that
would say that's the
performance. Hey, don't need to talk about the performance because we just watched it. Again, at the point in time, that one there was the first ever heel hook, leg lock into a heel hook submission that we had ever seen. And of course, that was against, like you heard in commentary, a Papi Gaucho that had Volkanovski that was effectively just incredible. With that Taporia, the submission was there. Again, you're talking about two guys that were probably at the point in time, at the end of their featherweight spell, and were more both so looking towards that bantamweight division. And listen, I think it was just a really, really clean one from Rep. And again, to pull out something so stylish and something so out there that we had never seen before in the commentary booth, like a heel hook, that spoke a lot about his elements and his ability in that featherweight division. So, listen, top tier, fantastic. And listen, I tell you this much. At that point, it didn't feel at that event that anything could top that in terms of the submission of the year, and very much so that proved the test of time. Rep winning that VFL Submission of the Year award against Papi Gaucho, and again, really, really smooth, really, really classy. from Rep, who no doubt has had a great 2023 in general. Could he be up there for Fighter of the Year? Of course, had that flyweight run at the end, gave easy work. He's only lost in UFC 5. It's one of those, you know. He'd be absolutely made up to be up there. But again, congratulations to him. Submission of the year. Well played to him, to his camp, to his corner. And such a great showing on the night against the fellow American Papi Gaucho. Up next, though, listen, probably the most favorite award. I know you guys loved this one back in 2022 when you wanted to see, I think, the 2022 winner. We didn't have the YouTube stuff back then. We do now. The 2022 Comeback of the Year. I think we all remember this one. It wasn't too long ago when it was probably one of the most electrifying moments that we've had in the league. I remember looking at the chat for this one and saying, hey, listen, this is just nuts with how crazy everyone was going. Let's go back and remind ourselves.
Really give up a back step. I mean, we all know about Tomaselli. He doesn't believe in the stamina bar. We all believe that he's round one a bust. But, you know, this game, the way it is right now, I believe that it kind of caters to his favor because stamina's not that much of, you know, you can throw like 6-piece combos and then, you know, take a small break and then throw another 6-piece combo and then it not really affect you. So this is more in Tomaselli's favor, but I think with Theo J as well, I mean, he's been spending a lot of time on the game and, you know, he has made his like mark being in bantamweight and, you know, his stand-up has obviously been proven. So this is going to be a fun striking match.
Yeah, absolutely. Fellas, as you've never seen these two fight before, do not leave your room, do not leave your monitor, do not leave your television. If you leave, don't be surprised if we're in the next fight by the time you come back. Tomaselli known for his round one masterclass, but Theo James known for his counterboxing. That goes on DPT'd Cassius for the gifted sub as well. I mean, oh my God. Ooh. And Theo J looking to make mincemeat of a future Hall of Famer here, but the judo flip into a dominant position by Sugar Sean as he gets back up, disengages.
That's crazy to me, you know, like,
just they don't want the side control.
Just get the damage, you know, like the damage option is there. It makes no sense to why anybody would stand up. Makes no sense.
Will he live to regret it against Tomaselli? Of course, he talks about wanting entertaining fights. There's Theo. He's a guy that wants to kind of win in an absolutely flamboyant style when he drops Tomaselli again. And against the cage here, Tomaselli is being pressured. This is what Tomaselli does to people. It's happening to him tonight. Cannot find, it seems, the range with Yan. Sugar Sean just looking like he's too long, too much for Yan here. Leg kick there's checked. Shoots the take. Tomaselli shooting a takedown, Soren. What have we become?
I don't know, man. We're seeing a lot of new things out of these fighters, man. We're seeing like just new layers just being like implemented anywhere and everywhere. So it's just really interesting. But yeah, no, Tomaselli being beaten at his own game so far. I mean, he's the one that's being backed up against the cage by Theo, and I think that's just a testament to how good Theo has become.
Yeah, totally. And again, instead of a big hook that stuns and drops Tomaselli. And this could be game, set, and not match quite yet.
Close.
So close. Disengages, and who can blame him? He just wants that stand-up fight. Swings back round. Tomaselli trying to work his uppercuts as well. Jab straight down the middle. Hook there onto the block. The straight really working dividends tonight for Sugar Sean. And good head move. Ooh, ooh.
This is why you can't count him out. Oh my God, knee on belly. Oh my God. Oh my God. No way.
Is that game?
Oh, that's game. Tomaselli. What the fuck?
That's comeback of the year.
No.
Comeback of the year.
No.
Let's come back of the year.
Oh my God. Oh my
Tomaselli.
God.
Back of the year.
Yeah, you can't count him out, man.
Tomaselli in his room has just Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off, man. There's no doubt. I'm a real Italian is being bellowed from somewhere in Newcastle, man. Oh my Christ. And Deco, we go back to this question for you. The side control release in the opening minute, is that the undoing of this fight for you?
Could be, you know, again, he stood up and he got a couple more drops. I feel like once you get dropped 3-4 times, you shouldn't really still be able to fight, you know, especially within a short period of time. But the recklessness on the feet, you know, like it's like he tried to rush to get him out of there. I don't know, but I wouldn't have stood up.
Jesus Christ, oh man.
I have to share the same sentiment there. I mean, he's got up from side control, he got up from the mount as well, and I think that's all in favour of trying to entertain the people in the stream, but, you know, that's worked against him, and obviously he paid the price for it, so, you know, even though it was a fun fight, I mean, that was Theo's to lose all day, every day.
I can't get over that. We've seen two absolutely whirlwind comebacks tonight from Tomaselli and DPT Cassius, and that's why you never ever give up. And Tomaselli is a guy that does not give up. I mean, I float. Yep, he certainly fucking didn't, did he? No one expected that one. And Tomaselli getting absolutely battered. And I think you heard me say it in the commentary, man. It's like the pressure that Theo James was putting on people was just so stupid. Theo was absolutely all over him. He had mauled him. He had resorted Tomaselli to shooting takedowns, bro. Like, we had never seen Tomaselli do it, and it was an incredible comeback. Again, left late in the year of 2023, but no one can deny it. Tomaselli up there with one of the most entertaining fighters in the entire league, and he has that kind of that comeback of the year accolade now to kind of put on onto his mantle next to being the guy with the most Fight of the Night awards. And that's why, man, you never ever count the guy out. He starts like a tornado, and listen, he finished in violent style. And Theo James, you could say, maybe hasn't been the same since that one. Only kind of really occasionally fights now and then, despite him being an excellent fighter. But Tomaselli, that's what kind of propelled him towards the beginning of his title run in UFC 5. So again, Tomaselli, comeback of the year winner against Theo James. And again, just breathtaking, because you know how much Tomaselli is loved by fighters. You really do. And when you saw Tomaselli win and you looked at the live chat, it was an eruption. It certainly was. So congratulations, Tomaselli. Comeback of the year secured for him. Well played. Up next, though, listen, we go over to another video one, and again, it's another fun one. It's the knockout of the year. Some people, I think Kemuel last year said that this is the real award that you want to win. If you remember, 2022, it was that front kick, I think it was it not, against Nightfall from Oakley? At least I think that was. So that may have been comeback of the year. I can't recall. But the knockout of the year, there's so many crazy ones to think back to. Remember that one as well? I think it was the Jovi Rami flying elbow, that was up there. But listen, knockout of the year, we go over again and we take a look at the cards of yesteryear. Who won knockout of the year? It was, of course, this one. You come out next week, you feel a little bit better, and then you end up getting a win. I'll tell you this for a fact, though. I think whether it's a combination of Vape looking really good or maybe you just not being up to it tonight, you looked a little bit hesitant. And I think when you're going into that division with those killers in there and you're hesitant, it can be a very dangerous night. Anyway, listen, Bobby Green in the blue here for Matty X, Matimbu opting for BJ Penn. Again, two similar kind of paths to victory here in terms of maybe the previous fight. Rue, of course, last fight, you talked about striking, stand-up. Vape, you talked about ground game, submissions. Very much the same here. Matty, of course, with Bobby Green. We'll need to keep this fight standing. We'll need to work those hands. And, of course, we need to avoid those takedowns. Matimbu will need to kind of sit there and out-joust Bobby Green on the feet and then look to maybe go and get that takedown secured and wrap him up with one of those trademark Matimbu submissions. Thank you as well for the resub. Appreciate the fucking life out of you. Welcome into the fights. Of course, everything tonight going very smoothly. Despite a couple of people no-showing, we've got an excellent array of backups that have been top tier. Shout out to SC17, to Jacob, to all of you guys that have been here and able to kind of sit in and kind of fly in for us. Slip straight there attempted by Matimbu, not able to kind of completely cleanly get in on this one. But big uppercut there from Matty. Raining down some strikes here. Matimbu shooting the takedown. We can turn this up a little bit. It's a little bit quiet, isn't it? But again, denying it well. Again, this is always going to be the case for Matimbu, is you go up from welterweight to lightweight, you're only fighting better and better. And Matty X has been in that featherweight division against killers that have been able to kind of take him down for 15 minutes out of 25 when he's been going for big titles and going against the big champions. So he's going to have excellent takedown defense tonight. He is. Matimbu just needs to find a way. He just needs one. That one is still yet to be discovered. Goes for the body shots there. Pushes him slightly backwards. Goes for the head kick. That one there blocked up. Works off the jab. Oh, slips straight, trying to go for that hook, but works off the jab again. Little 1-2s, more so. Coming forward. A 1-2 again. Matty's so simple with his combinations, and that is not an insult whatsoever. The simplistic strikers are usually those that end up winning the big championship gold early. Don't need to be throwing 67 different combinations when just the same old typical jab straight uppercut will work. Pulls him down, and that is what Matimbu would have wanted. 57 seconds left of round one, though. Not going to have enough time to really do anything from this position, but if anything, it's a confidence boost. It's a motivational boost going into round two that he knows that he can get Matty down. Matty will need to be wary of that again going into round two. One little strike there, tries to get some damage off, a little bit of damage off, goes over and rolls over into full guard, crosses over. Posture up is there. Rains down the big strikes. The hand goes up, but still nothing. Round one in the books, and you've got to say, got to be honest, Matty X so far looking very, very solid in this lightweight division. Boxing has been on point. Takedown defense has been even more on point. Phenomenal work so far. We know Matimbu's stand-up is not going to be super powerful, super impactful. He's got knockout victories before. He absolutely does. But we know his bread and butter is going to be that canvas. He's going to have to find a way to get Matty down at some point. Big, big combinations coming through again. Does not want to get involved in a brawl with Matty. That's when the fight can come over and unstuck. Big hook comes in. 1-2 again. Goes for more shots towards those midsection. That midsection as well from Matimbu. Matimbu just being walked down now. There's the takedown. Trying to wrestle him. Trying to take the back. Has the back. And wrestles him to the canvas. There we go. With 4 minutes now on the clock. That's what Matimbu's corner will be saying. It's all business as normal. Matty going to need to be calm. Going to need to get back to his feet at some point as well. And not stay down here with Matimbu. It is a literal death sentence. Tries to go into full guard. Posture up is denied. Tries to maybe go for his own little armbar there. Fakes. Tries to go for the flip. And goes into sprawl instead. Tries to get to backside, which he succeeds with. Standing right back up. Holding him. And not able to wrestle him right back down. Little 1-2s coming forward. Works the body. This is the thing. Matty's so good at just changing targets. So good as well. Like I said, in being that kind of level switch genius. What we saw when we saw him in featherweight, we did. A guy that just doesn't have a preferred method of knockout. Will just kind of make everything damage, make everything blink. 2 minutes left of round number 2. Matimbu needs to find a way to kind of get up and out of this situation here, because that's what Matty does. He's stalking Matimbu almost and pinning him against the cage. You can see just that movement to get back to his kind of lead side to then push him back towards the cage. He knows Matimbu is not liking being against the fence. Not whatsoever. Oh, slip straight there is wonderful. And Matty X looking like he could be in a great position, but it's a slip straight from Matimbu. And Matimbu now looking to outstrike the boxer. Talk about comeback victories. This could be one of them. Spinning back fist though drops him. Matty not jumping. I think he's very much aware of what Matimbu wants him to do. There's that IQ coming out though. And Matty drops him and bops him. And against the cage here, he has top mount and raining down the strikes here. Matimbu, is he out? No, he's not. Half guard there. And we're maybe, just maybe, going to see a round 3. Talk about how potentially Matimbu could have got the victory at the end of round 1. Matty very much could have got the victory here at the end of round 2. Just one strike away. Round 3 up and on its way. And I tell you this much, That's 2 rounds to 0. Matimbu will know in one of those rare situations of his career so far, he's going to need to go for broke in round number 3. The lightweight division is just very scary. Matimbu, no doubt, one of the best grapplers you'll find in there. But Matty, one of the very best pressure boxers that you'll find in there also. What a performance so far from him. For Matimbu, he's going to have to get this fight to the canvas quickly. And he's going to have to really, really work those submissions. Not been kind of free-flowing tonight in the submission department. Works the body, looking to go for that killer blow. Drops him. And against the cage here, is Bobby Green going to do it? Matimbu's still on his feet, still somehow surviving. Goes to the body again, shoots the takedown, gets the turn. No land though. Matty saying, not today, old friend. We ain't going back down there. Slips straight overhand from Matty. Now big shots to the body. And against the cage here, swings back out. Does Matimbu. He's shooting. He's trying to get anything off here. Knees coming outside the clinch. Oh, the head kick's vicious. The upper. Whoa! 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 What the fuck? What the fuck? BJ Penn fucking floating into the sky. Holy shit. Can we get an action replay? What in the holy fuck? Oh, there he is. Look, there's his leg. He hit him so hard, he fucking teleported him. BJ Penn hit so hard by a disfigured arm that he landed behind him. Wow. Wow. What a way, what a finish. Knockout of the night has a new home. Knockout of the night has a new home. Hall of Fame knockout. Knockout of the year. Listen. Not only are we going to give that knockout of the night, we're going to give that performance of the night as well. Matty X. And we're going to give a knockout of the year as well. I don't think anyone that was there for that night is ever going to see it. You want it replayed? I'm going to give you it on replay one more time. I'll give you the action replay of it because I still to this day don't understand it. Here you go. Shooting. He's trying to get anything off here. Knees coming outside the clinch. Oh, the head kick's vicious. The upper. Whoa! 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 What the fuck? There you go. What the fuck? Oh, still one of the best knockouts ever, man. It really is. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't even need to think about that one. That was actually the greatest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Bobby Green, Matty X gets the job done, and it was absolutely up there with one of the best things that I've ever seen on a card. And I don't think anyone could believe it. Again, the chat at the time when you go and watch it, just everyone was just putting question marks and shit in there. It was hilarious. So you can see, I was going to say at one point that it looked like BJ Penn had climbed onto the top turnbuckle with WWE. It just was going to like 5-star frog splash him off. That was hilarious. But yeah, he floats out of the octagon, and Matty X, he had a very much an impact in that lightweight division. He was making people float out of the octagon left and right with how much he was knocking people out. So Matty X, knockout of the year, categorically easy enough to decide on. And yeah, not even close. I think Joby Ramy's diving elbow would have been nice, but that just cleared it categorically. So congratulations to him. Up next, though, listen, we're back to the Fighter Awards. This next one effectively regarded as almost Rookie of the Year. We call it Breakthrough Fighter of the Year. This one is usually for someone that has showed the most incredible development across the various weight classes. We've seen people win this award, or be up for this award from the heavyweight division, the welterweight division, XYZ, you name it. We've got that short list there. So, I mean, you talk about breakthrough fighters, you talk about the kind of how technical. I think people coming from the FIFA pitch as well. People think of this and they say, UFC is such a difficult game to get to grips to. It's such a difficult game to learn. It's such a difficult game to sit there and really become perfect at. And I think when you go back and you look through these 5 names on my screen, the 5 shortlist I've got here, I think all of these guys have shown such incredible improvement in the year of 2023. that you can't even argue it. So my 5 shortlist, of course, in 5th place, She Love Yazan, making his mark of recent at the end of 2023. We go back to UFC 4 when Yazan was coming in, doing 1 or 2 fights, getting beat and going off, and we didn't really think Yazan had a history or a future, really, in terms of playing the league and continuing to play the league. And then from there, listen, Dex Premacy took him under his wing and kind of coached him on a couple of things, and just look how good Yazan is coming now. You think with Yazan, it's one of those where maybe 2024 is going to be his year. Not a great performance in Ultimate Fighter tonight, but that's what this award is about. You take your beatings, you take your losses, and then you go back and you improve. And I think no doubt you're going to see Yazan come back and improve. Definitely up there. One of my top 5 of breakthrough fighter of the year. In 4th, of course, it's the old head, XX Ru XX, or Ru as we know. And remember when he disappeared for that kind of 3-week, 4-week period, was losing in welterweight, took effectively a month off, came back into the division after 4 weeks out, and we joked that he had been training in the mountains with Raj Al Ghul from Batman. He certainly was, because from there he did not lose, and then he effectively kind of climbed up those divisions, had a go in that featherweight division, was a constant staple, a constant knockout artist in that featherweight division, before, of course, asking for the move to bantamweight flyweight. Didn't get close to the title in that division, but the fact that he improved so much in that quick time, and then refined and polished his boxing, became one of the most scary knockout artists in the league, you absolutely cannot deny his place in this top 5. On to 3rd, and it's You Don't Vape, another one that again started out the year of 2023 in the welterweight division. Of course, came off of big losses in 2022 to guys like Joshua Hambury, and you know Vape like I do, he's got this almost this super autism, this super ADHD, just like we saw with Rio, where effectively Vape kind of knuckled down, clamped down, and became one of the most scary grapplers in the entire welterweight division, and then of course the lightweight division and the featherweight division. So listen, we'll never forget that title run he had against Reflex Cowboy, where effectively, he tapped him out, and that felt like a real homecoming in terms of what his ability level could be. From there, listen, he climbed into that bantamweight flyweight division, and look how he's doing now into bantamweight, and he's effectively, you could say, maybe a win away from a potential title shot. To do that all within the space of 12 months is ridiculous. And when you think that he started off the year of 2023 in welterweight, it is incredible the levels that you have to go up through and the gears you have to go through in order to be up there competing with some of the best. Knocked out Warbsy on the last card or a couple cards ago. That would have never been the case back in January of 2023. So congratulations to him. Well deserved. In 2nd, it is Viper RKO TTV, one of the most dangerous boxers in the league as of right now. Started off the year of 2023 having close fights with Charge in the middleweight division. Remember that? The Alex Pereira pick. Charge messing with his food, playing with his food, and from there, the unlikely winner and unlikely hero of that fight, Viper RKO TTV, won the belt, and it really kickstarted something incredible. It kickstarted not only his rise into that welterweight division, we saw him use these fun picks, we saw him use the Ben Askren pick, we saw him then go into lightweight and dominate as of recent times. Got that graduation before the end of 2023 into that featherweight division, and you can't say that he doesn't deserve to be up there. He has become so much more polished. He's a confidence fighter, yes, but he's also one of the most blitzing, pressuring young guns that you will find. Do not be too surprised if we end up seeing him in the bantamweight flyweight division before the end of 2024. A super fighter, no doubt one of the nicest guys on the roster, and got some of the nicest boxing skills on the roster. But of course, there's only one place to go when it comes to 1st place. The breakthrough fighter of the year, categorically, hands down, I say this, I love you, Viper, but it wasn't even close. It was Dex Premacy. Dex Premacy, we mentioned earlier on, coming from absolutely nowhere. No one knew who this guy is or was. He came into this division and he just absolutely looked phenomenal. Came into the league, quickly ascended up into those lightweight rankings. I mean, you talk about where he started from, fellas. You go back and you look at Dex Premacy's resume. Not only is that impressive enough of what he's doing and what he could do against Mark the Shark this Thursday, but you go back and you just reflect where he started from. VFL 90 losing to Krunks in round 3 TKO. Some of you may not even know who Krunks is, but Krunks was a very, very kind of run-of-the-mill average middleweight at the time that was having a good spell with his knockout power. He lost that Dex Primacy, and from there, it just seems to have triggered something, because he then went on to beat Aaron AFC, Cami Dav, Jay Shermer, Portuguese Prince, before, of course, winning the lightweight strap against Bass Inferno, a 5-fight win streak, crowning him at the top of the division. Moved into featherweight, beat Odran, beat Beatdown, beat Kieran Crow, beat Chaz, beat Theo James, lost to Driscoll, and then made that move to flyweight, where he's beaten Mufferals, beaten Kenmure, lost to Rep, beaten Ben Jammy, and also then beaten Oni J. He came into this league at VFL 90. VFL 90 was the 1st of August 2023. He's only been in this league for about 5 months, and the levels that this young man has shown is clear of anything that I have seen. I said at the time when he won that lightweight title, and once again when he won that featherweight kind of that featherweight kind of streak, I think 4 or 5 fights in a row, that he could be up there very soon for maybe an ESFL call-up, and I still certainly believe that. A very dangerous fighter, a very, very quick learner, and now he's passing that gift through to his teammates, guys like Pressure Ice, guys like Yazan, and absolutely categorically, you cannot deny him. Super, super, super charismatic guy. Love him or hate him, trash talk or not, one of the most dangerous names in that flyweight division, and could well be one of the guys that could end up winning the belts come Thursday. Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, Most Improved Fighter of the Year, one of the most dangerous fighters of the year. There you have it. Congratulations to him, and again, can't wait to see what he does in 2024. With that, though, listen, we go over to our final 2 awards of the night, and where better to go than the fight of the year. This is the fight that had everyone on their feet clapping in their room. I don't think anyone could ever look back at some of these great Hall of Fame fights and think, wow, they're terrible. The shortlist had some bangers, from the Yardy Tricks and Lawbores fight that just had everyone just so engrossed, all the way to some Tomaselli fights. But this one, for me, out of all the Hall of Fame fights that we saw, I think this one was categorically above all of them. Here you go, the fight of the year, fellas. Who got it? Who secured it? It was, of course, none other than 2 Hall of Famers in VFL.
Up on Keza and win the league?
Yes.
Yeah, 2-0.
The records say a lot differently. Just showing you under the bright lights, it's a completely different story to what happens in spars or other fights outside.
Here we go then. A bar of respect from both of them. Both of them often have high words of praise for one another. They have fought against each other for a belt once before. Tonight, it's effectively a #1 contendership fight. I'm sure Rio will confirm. And it's already a drop there. Jeremy Bucks taking some big damage from Keza, already in the blue shorts with TJ Dillashaw. What in the blue hell's gone on there? Jesus Christ, we've done a bit of dance revolution.
Defense.
There you go. So, of course, for you, Rio, we'll go back to that quiz, that question there. The winner of this tonight going to have to be very attentive to the Ginger and Winter fight. Yes?
Yeah, basically, in my head, the way I booked this fight is that there was Winter, who was the #1, and then it was pretty much Jamie and Keza as like tied for #2. So it only made sense to run this fight, and then the winner of this basically is next up.
Good evening.
Keza taking some big hits now. Again, do not blink. This one has the potential to not only be fighting tonight, but a Hall of Fame level fight. These two of the most decorated former champions in the league, Keza and Jimmy Bucks, have both seen it all. Both want to be back there tonight
at each other,
at the top.
But they're seemingly trying to throw the entire kitchen sink at each other. Keza getting knocked down early on. Bucks now starting to come back in his own right. Both of them using that jab and strike quite a lot. You're seeing a lot of head kicks being thrown, not necessarily ducked because of the uppercuts being implemented by both sides, knowing that a duck could easily cause the end of it all as well. So they're both having difficulties. Oh,
the way that Keza can trap you as well, Doc, is that one thing that you can kind of admire from Keza, the way that he cuts off angles and can keep you backed against the cage. Jamie doing a great way to come out of it though, but that's one thing that Keza is dangerous with, when he can begin to stalk you almost and just keep you pressured. Is that something that Jamie's going to need to worry about?
I mean, as you mentioned, Jamie is doing a good job, but yeah, if he's not careful, as you can see here, like Kez is just putting on this pressure non-stop, getting another knockdown there as well. It's just gonna, as he gets more and more hurt, it's gonna cause more and more damage. And so far, Kez is looking good in all aspects here.
If you're Jamie, Doc, we know Jamie's got good wrestling, but the question for you, obviously, you know these two better than any of us. Does Jamie have better wrestling than Keza? Will he opt to maybe go to the ground in round number 2?
I don't know. That's the weird part. When it comes to these two, I don't know who's better wrestler. I feel like Keza's the better not grappler, striker so far, as that's absolutely what I'm seeing. Because Jamie Bucks started as a wrestler, and so I feel like Jamie Bucks may have a work up there, but Keza can easily come back. It's just about who shows up on the night and who's doing good, and both of these guys are. Does look like Keza's having more success on the feet. Oh my god, fucking hell!
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Oh
You
my
want to see a
god!
dead body? They're both trying to make each other dead there. Jesus.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! What a round here! And this one is absolutely one where you cannot take your eyes off the screen. Do not blink, you will miss it. They are going crazy in there. Round 1, if you had to score it, Doc, and oh, hang on a minute, may not even need to score it. Jamie Bucks taking damage.
I think Keza got 2 drops in the first.
Yeah,
So I think he's
Slip
up.
straight.
Got 2 drops.
Oh,
Oh
head
my
kick.
god, that hand movement only just survived. Ducking under that straight was a good call. Keza overall in the head health definitely into the favour of Jamie Bucks. Jamie Bucks has got to figure out a new game plan, and that's especially what he does there.
Yep.
I also
Needed that.
noticed his block is shot.
Absolutely. He needed that takedown. He needed that takedown massively.
Uh-oh.
Rolls through into half guard. Beautiful work by Jamie. Keza onto Jamie. Keza now.
Again, we know Keza loves a knee bar.
This is the thing. The knee bar was the way that Jamie won the first encounter between these two. So Keza going to need to be a little bit careful when it comes to these ground positions, no doubt. Little taps here to the body, to the sides. Big elbow. Gets up. And we're going again. Big uppercut there, though. Keza looking to go against Jamie again as he's putting the pressure on, piling it on.
Oh,
big elbow.
Off to the
Oh,
side.
that's got
Going
to
for
be
the
it.
arm triangle.
Let's go
This
for the
could
arm
be it.
triangle. This is going to be
one's
fast. This is aggressive.
strong.
Super strong. Super strong, but super good sub defense from Jamie Bucks. Or is it? Or is it? Oh my goodness me, that was close.
Oh
Only
my
just.
god.
Super close.
It is very difficult to get out of that if the person you're going against has good sub offense.
Regular attempt could come here if you wanted it.
No, he's going to go for Kimura. He's going to go for the Kimura, but that one denied. The IQ of these two is just so high level. I mean, Doc, from a grappling perspective, a wrestling perspective, of course, you are the highest level in this call. No offense, Rio. I think we can both agree with that. Is there any... Oh,
they're doing it again.
They're doing it again. Is there anything wrong that you're seeing maybe Jamie do on the floor in this one? Oh, hang on.
Both established wrestlers. It's just about who's better on the night 9 times out of 10. There's only so much you can do on the ground differently to another person. It's just about who comes in with the better reactions, who comes in with the better idea of building GA. It's all about it's at this level of competition. It's the minuscule amount that matters. It's not the big. You're not looking at massive leaps in like being able to consistently deny more. It's just about being slightly ahead of your opponent, making the better reads when you can.
Oh. Keza trying to jump, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Backing away. Oh. This is so tense.
Oh my god.
And Keza gets the job done. Finally a win against Jamie Bucks. Keza gets one over his rival. 2-1 in the series now. And what a tense fight there. Rio, the question mark is, with the round 2 KO, is that fight of the night? Is that knockout of the night? Talk to us, Rio. Talk to us.
Well, there's a lot of argument in the chat right now that's saying that is a Hall of Fame fight.
Listen, is it time for a poll? Is
I
it
think
time
it's
for a
time for a
poll?
poll.
It was time for a poll, and it did win Hall of Fame, and it did win Fight of the Year. You talk about fights again, man, with so much kind of high level expertise. I mean, that pull war between the two of them was just disgusting, wasn't it? The two mini pulls, or the two sequence of pulls, that was just incredible. Listen, from Jamie Bucks' perspective and Kez's perspective, it's always an all-time great in regards to kind of the boxing technique, but also the kind of pressure and the ability to make fights feel so close and so tense. They certainly did that, and I think for Jamie Bucks and for Keza, very well deserved Fight of the Year. You can't really think back to too many fights where there's close submissions, there's two pull wars, there's both of them getting rocks on each other. It was just an all-out classic, and add on to the fact that Keza got the KO with 2 seconds of the clock left. It was something, it really was. So congratulations, Keza and Jamie Bucks free the Fight of the Year. No doubts about it. But fellas, now the final award of tonight, and of course this has been referred to almost as the Ballon d'Or of the VFL UFC League. Of course, the Fighter of the Year award. Of course, Jakey B won this award back in 2022, and there has been so many big fighters that have kind of come forward and have had their moment in the spotlight. I mean, you talk about the fighters of yesteryear. You talk about maybe, if guys like Nightfall didn't drop fucking gamer words and hate people of the opposite skin color, maybe Nightfall would have been in this list. But we can all have our own short lists. We can all make our own kind of thought processes about what or who should make the top 10, the top 3, the winner. It all is down to opinion. But tonight, I've compiled my Fighter of the Year shortlist, a shortlist of 10. Again, some of you may not agree, some of you will agree, but I've gone with the following. In 10th place, my Fighter of the Year in 10th, Kiss George, had an incredible run at the end of UFC 4, 5 title defenses in that bantamweight flyweight division. Wasn't necessarily liked due to his wrestling style and maybe his cheesy style. Who can forget when he made Jakey B show a very rare glimpse of emotion after beating him with all the issues that were there. In 9th place, I've got El Kenmure, always an entertainer on the microphone, had that incredible streak in the featherweight division where he finally achieved that Jose Aldo title win. So many high-level knockouts and so many great catch lines and taglines that make him a real draw that people want to see fight. Again, we hope Kenmure can get up there and get that bantamweight flyweight title. But listen, end of the day, Kenmure certainly in my top 10. In 8th place, Aliyah DP. Aliyah, again, we've seen it recently with his BMF performance yesterday. We've seen it recently with his run in that bantamweight flyweight division. Beat Nightfall, DQ or not, beat Nightfall and was effectively looking sharp in the fighting periods. Also had that incredible run as well in regards to that bantamweight flyweight division at the beginning of UFC 5, and he feels like he is the best thing that there is that can maybe beat Easy Work if he gets another shot at the belt. I think for a Canadian, for a Iranian, again, maybe a little bit disappointed to miss out on my International Fighter of the Year shortlist, but so fearsome with his boxing and with his grappling. Great guy to have in the league as well. Great banter, great content from him. He may support Juventus, which is the deadest and most boring football club in the land, but he is absolutely the opposite of that with his fight style and entertainer. In 7th, I've got Webbo. Webbo, of course, another one, the master on the microphone, but also achieved that kind of goal of winning a bantamweight flyweight belt back in 2023. Of course, won the Ultimate Fighter as well, the first ever. Managed to get that title, held on to that title, and even managed to sit there and improve on his boxing towards the end of UFC 4. I think this guy just oozes charisma, he oozes confidence, and I think, again, the league is just a better place with Webbo inside it. You need, like Scarface and Al Pacino says, you need people like me. We need people like Webbo, very much so deserved in my 7th place slot. And again, one of the best wrestlers still that I've seen on this game. A top guy in DMs, but also a funny guy in public, no doubts about it. In 6th place, I've got Winter XJ. Winter had incredible runs throughout the year of 2023. Maybe not as consistent as what he would have liked to think, but I still think this guy is a killer. When it came to his knockout potential in UFC 4, you rarely saw Winter bet against when you knew he was going up against another boxer. People respect this guy. People love the guy for what he brings to the league, which is high energy, high action. And again, when you throw in his title reigns in that bantamweight flyweight division in UFC 4, you cannot ignore it. In 5th place, I've actually got Skelly. Skelly, of course, with that incredible run in the lightweight division, became one of the most notorious Fizievs, one of the most notorious, not Fizievs, one of the most, he hadn't used Fiziev in one fight, one of the most notorious Showtime Pettises, had those leg kick KOs, didn't he, in lightweight? Again, super improved in his kickboxing and his striking ability. I think this guy was someone that, again, was just operated quietly. Never a guy that really looked to be someone that potentially was going to cause trouble, but always had entertaining fights. And I still sit there sometimes and think about the awe of how he kind of booted off Nolan's legs when Nolan had Fiziev with all those leg kicking stats. Skelly, super nice guy, super level-headed guy, and again, still one of the most natural kickboxers that you're going to find in this league. So congratulations to Skelly. In 4th, it's Keza. The Fight of the Year winner, also takes a top 4 spot. Again, he may say that he's a bit more washed up now than he was about 6 or 7 months ago, but still an energetic fighter, had that incredible run in the bantamweight flyweight division, has had incredible runs in the BMF, won cash prizes in that BMF series throughout the year. Someone, again, that just oozes class, someone that maybe has a checkered history outside of this league with cheating accusations, but has beat those in this league and has looked absolutely flawless in doing it. Whether you're watching Keza put down a silent beatdown on someone like Matty D, or you're listening to him sing Taylor Swift lyrics in the middle of a championship fight, you cannot doubt it. It's the league's Tyson Fury, and no doubt one of the league's most loved members in Keza in 4th position. In 3rd, Jakey B. Who can forget Jakey's run-ins against Nightfall? He's also a draw. People see Jakey B and they want to watch the cards. He is involved in a bunch of the top viewed gates, incredible title runs towards the beginning of 2023 as well. He is the guy to, of course, dethrone Dirty Dave when Dirty Dave was in his absolute best and in the middle of the year as well. May not be a back-to-back Fighter of the Year win for Jakey B, but still knows that he's up there with some of the very best and one of the most entertaining fighters that the league has. In 2nd, Dirty Dave 859, the International Fighter of the Year. What more can you say about this guy than what's already been said earlier on? 17-8 record in bantamweight flyweight. A guy that effectively came into the league and has shown people so many different things, so many different skills. When he sits there and you see Dirty Dave get on his knees, it's not one thing you're thinking of, it's, oh shit, he's about to turn on Super Saiyan mode on UFC. And again, we saw it throughout the year. 17-8 record, BMF Grand Prix wins. You saw everything from Dave. And again, no doubt one of the best fighters that currently occupies the league. And in 1st place, my Fighter of the Year, maybe to some controversy, maybe to not, I've decided my Fighter of the Year, set and sealed, Fish 14, an incredible 2023. You go back and you review his resume and you think about that run where he had that featherweight division in a chokehold, a guy again that no one had ever heard of, a guy that effectively came in and improved so much when he from where he first started, came in to that welterweight division in VFL 52, I believe it was, getting the victory on his debut by submission on the 23rd of February. And we didn't think he was going to be anything more than a kind of middle of the card run of a fighter. But then as his confidence grew in the welterweight and lightweight division, he continued to show developments. And then that's where we saw him blossom in that lightweight division. The guy that beat Rafa was a feared fighter. Then he went into featherweight, and this resume is incredible from someone that, again, 4 months prior had no UFC experience. Beating Driscoll, beating Smithy, beating Cowboy, beating Brad in round 1, made Brad retire from the league. That's how bad it was. Beat Aiden, beat Ellis JP with a round 1 submission in crazy scenes, main eventing that one there. Then, of course, beat Driscoll again in the featherweight division to defend his belt before also beating future bantamweight contender N. Nath. And then, of course, had that spell in the flyweight division at the end of UFC 4, where he beat guys like Chutebox, gave people like Apollo a very hard run at Apollo at that point in time. Also saying that Fish was one to watch. I think Fish encapsulates everything that people that come into the league want to be. A guy that not only has incredible jiu-jitsu, but also has incredible ability to rise up the rankings and show everyone that you can compete when you're absolutely a quote-unquote nobody. So, said, for Fish 14, a hell of a run this year in 2023. A guy that showed incredible jiu-jitsu ability, incredible knockout ability, and is someone that, no doubts about it, throughout the year we were saying could be a real contender for this award. And for me, in my shortlist, he very much is. A top year from him. We'd love to see him get back into the bantamweight flyweight division. And again, maybe we'll have some competition with Easy Work GG in 2024. Maybe Easy will feel a little bit kind of ruffled by the fact he wasn't in it. But reality is, I think before UFC 5, Easy was kind of run of the mill. He's really exploded in 5. So if this was the fighter of the winter period, hands down, you can't give it to anyone but Easy Work. But has to be consistent going into the rest of 2024. With that, though, fellas, that is the award ceremony over. There again are your winners. Thank you so much for making the league what it is. Thank you for continuing to support the stream, support me, support each other. And I can't wait to put on more incredible fights for you in 2024. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night. I'll leave these up in case you want to see them or read all of them again in case you've just come in to miss them. And listen, if you want your own personal graphic that is there, then again, please contact me by DMs. You will be able to collect your winner's poster should you want it for Twitter or whatnot. Thank you so much again. I'll leave you with that, and the stream is over. We're going to go raid Dio as well halfway through, so make sure you go and you join the raid as well. Thank you, congratulations, and see you when I see you.